The S-Class for all of us is the epitome of luxury. And what if I tell you that you have the epitome of luxury but in an electric version? Here we have it in front of us, the Mercedes-Benz EQS AMG 53 4MATIC Plus, and this has been launched at a price tag of 2.45 crores ex-showroom in India. Welcome back to Ashish Masi Cars, and today we'll be talking in depth about this particular super luxury electric vehicle. So up front you will be able to see a lot of typical AMG elements. Let's first begin with the headlamp cluster itself. So the headlamp cluster has been kept standard across the EQS as well as the EQS AMG. What Mercedes calls this is essentially the digital lighting setup. So you get adaptive high beam assist, etc. So you get a host of features hidden within the headlamp setup itself, and you get these dual beam projectors, and you can have a look at these LED indicators which also double up as this massive LED beam that runs across the frontal fascia of the car. You get a complete LED headlamp setup for obvious reasons, and this looks absolutely scintillating. If we come to the central fascia now, you get the typical AMG grille, and this has been complemented well with a lot of chrome that Indians love. So definitely this is an extremely good touch. You get over 350 sensors across the car, which enables all the AI functions as well as the ADAS level 2 technology that this particular vehicle gets. You can see a lot of sensors on the lower bumper as well, and you get these chrome splitters, which is also a typical AMG element again. Overall, the car looks very aerodynamic and futuristic, and definitely there are no two ways about how good the car actually looks in person. If we come to the side profile now, you have an option to choose between alloy wheels. You have different sizes available, so you can definitely go ahead and customize that according to your whims and fancies. But this here is the AMG version, as I've already mentioned, and the tire size which has been offered here is 275/40 R21. So these are 21-inch alloy wheels, and these are finished in this matte black shade, which actually look really sporty. You get these red brake calipers, and you also would be able to see the AMG branding over here. You get a badge which says 4MATIC Plus, which is the all-wheel drive technology. Another small embellishment finished in chrome, and these are the ORVMs in which you will be able to locate a camera. Handles are flushed, so when you unlock the car and access the vehicle, these come out, and this will definitely help increase the aerodynamic efficiency of the vehicle. You get a few more chrome touches along with this piano black lip, which are also exclusive to the AMG version. The EQS does not share a lot with the S-Class in terms of its overall design, owing to the product placement, essentially because this is an electric vehicle and aerodynamics do play a very important role, and so are the performance levels, and hence this has been described as a one-board design language, and you'll see a lot of cuts and creases, and most of them are functional in order to increase the overall efficiency and performance figures of the vehicle. You could have a look at the flush door handles, which also play an important role in the aerodynamics, and the drag coefficient of this particular AMG version is 0.23, while if you go on to the normal EQS 580, the drag coefficient is slightly less, which would be a benefit, but owing to the 21-inch larger alloy wheels that the AMG version gets, you get a drag coefficient of 0.23. The rear end looks equally beautiful too, with these 3D helix type tail lamps. So you have this large LED strip that runs across the rear fascia. Let's begin with the tail lamp cluster first. I would like to apologize for the poor lighting conditions, but this is what we have right now, so I'll try to make the best out of this. You get these 3D helix type elements, and the attention to detail is definitely phenomenal. Of course, it's a flagship Mercedes. You get this LED beam that runs across the tailgate. You get the AMG badging and the EQS 53 moniker. You get the Mercedes TriStar, and this has the reverse camera hidden within. So when you engage the reverse parking camera, the lens will emerge from the TriStar logo. You get a host of sensors on the bumper. Also, as I've mentioned, you get 350 plus sensors and level 2 ADAS technology. If I access the boot, This opens up to a 610 liter boot space, enough for you to also take a nap. Actually, not even kidding. The boot opens like a sports pack, so it is very practical, and you get this parcel shelf also, which can be extended to hide the luggage that you're carrying. The cables for the charging mechanism have been hidden and concealed within the floor bed of the boot itself, so they don't really bother you. And you get a number of lamps also, which makes the boot space very practical in real life. A very intriguing feature here is a rear axle steering wheel. So yeah, you're hearing it right. To improve the practicality, especially in a country like India where you have a lot of issues with parking spots and there is not much space to maneuver your car in certain areas, this is going to come in very handy. The rear tires can be tilted up to an angle of 9 degrees with this AMG version and up to 4.5 degrees with the normal EQS. Again, you can have an overview of the matte black finished 21-inch alloy wheels, and I would like to show you the coupe roofline that this car gets. You get a lot of chrome on the side profile. This is the integrated defogger setup. Of course, you get these features as standard. If I again access the boot space, I would like to show you the electric functionality. So you get basic buttons using which you can retract the boot space. The amount of features that this car has can allow me to speak throughout the day, but let's talk briefly in this particular video and start with the key fob that you get. You get a lock button, a button to unlock your boot and also access it electronically, and you can also lock the car using this AMG logo here. So this is how the interiors of the EQS light up. Now you get this MBUX hyper screen. This is a 56-inch unit that stretches along the dashboard, so you have a continuous panel of touchscreens which range between the two A-pillars, and this is an extremely beautiful sight to see, to be honest. So let's begin with the steering wheel first. So on this AMG version, you get an Alcantara based flat bottom steering wheel. You get a lot of brushed aluminium accents, no plastics whatsoever. You get pure metallic elements which feel extremely premium. You get the AMG logo. You get a lot of controls for your cruise control. You get ADAS level 2, so you get adaptive cruise control, etc. Emergency stopping. So those are basic features which we have also seen in other Mercedes, so I won't be going into great depth about them. You get a lot of piano black elements, and quality levels definitely not to mention are top notch. You get controls for your wipers and indicators on the left hand side, and you get your conventional gear knob on the right hand side like we have been seeing in other Mercedes cars as well. Now you might be wondering why you have paddle shifters. These paddle shifters are actually to adjust the regeneration levels. This can allow you to increase the efficiency levels while you're driving. So this here in the center is a 17.7-inch touchscreen infotainment system. This is all part of the MBUX hyper screen. This here is a 12.3-inch unit, and the one centered to the driver is also a 12.3-inch unit. You get a 15-speaker Burmeister sound system with an output of about 710 watts, which is also something to note. You get a lot of ambient lighting throughout the interiors, which is actually ambient lighting but active in a way. So in case you're gonna collide with the vehicle that's approaching, the ambient lighting will turn bright red so as to warn the driver to take some emergency action. You get AI based connectivity throughout this hyper screen. So in case the driver while driving gets distracted with the 12.3-inch unit which has been centered to the passenger, the screen will dim itself and permit the driver to concentrate on the road. So these are a few smart features, not a few, these are just a few to mention, but there are a host of other hidden features. This is all Gorilla Glass, so you don't have to worry about it getting cracked or being fragile or anything of that sort. You get a lot of leather stitching on the dashboard. You get metallic elements. You get those typical AMG turbine type AC vents, which are also extremely good in terms of quality. The controls for your headlamps have been placed on the right hand side along with the electronic parking brake. Glancing upon the central infotainment system, once again you get 3D maps along with buttons which offer haptic feedbacks. You get Apple Music, Spotify, you get an access to all of that. You also get Hey Mercedes, so you can ask the vehicle about the nearest charging stations, and interiors of the EQS are definitely the place to be in. Further on, if we move to the center console, you get this carbon fiber piano black finish, you get a wireless charging pad, you get twin cup holders, so a lot of power charging sockets, etc. The engine start stop button has been concealed in the center console itself, and you get your MBUX controls using which you can access the infotainment system as well. This here is a storage compartment in which you get two Type-C USBs, and you can keep a lot of stuff over here. This is the IRVM. You get a lot of controls for your connected car features, etc., which are quite basic in a car of this segment. You get a twin sunroof. So this is a panoramic unit, but definitely just like all other Mercedes cars, this is split in between the two rows. You get a sun visor for the co-driver, and you get the same thing which has been carried on for the driver as well. So this was all about the interiors of the EQS. Do let us know about how you liked the overall ambience over here. Let's move to the second row seating space now. One can't forget to talk about the rear seating experience where the S-Class moniker has been mentioned. So here I am in the second row seating space, and the front seat has been set to my height. My height is about 5 feet 9.5 inches, and this is the amount of knee room that I've been offered. The amount of knee room is just phenomenal, no issue in terms of that. However, the under-tie support is something that could have been better, because that is something I find slightly lacking considering the price point that this car has been offered at. You get the rear AC vent positioning here, you get a complete climate control unit, so you get 4 zones. You get 2 zones for the front 2 passengers, and you get 2 different zones for the second row passengers as well. Here you have this Samsung tablet using which you can access a lot of features relating to comfort, etc. So you can adjust your seat, ambient lighting, etc., including climate control, so you can have a look at that here too. You get a storage compartment which includes a wireless charging pad for your mobile, and this leather upholstery is extremely premium. You get ISOFIX child seat mounts as well. These headrests can also be adjusted, so complete attention to comfort. You get a rear panoramic sunroof, as I've already shown you. Reading lamps are LED based for obvious reasons, which have been placed on either sides. You can definitely fold this armrest, and then this opens up to a space for a third passenger as well, but 4 passengers can comfortably, extremely comfortably travel over here. Safety features include 9 airbags as well as a 5-star Euro NCAP safety rating. Again, not to mention it's a Mercedes-Benz, so no issue in terms of safety related features. If we have a look at the panel controls, you get ventilated as well as heated seats. The quality of the controls are top notch. You get metallic controls. You can also adjust the recline angle for the rear seats, which is an excellent feature. You get speakers and tweeters, 15 speakers across the cabin, so you get a lot of them placed on the second row as well. So that is a notable feature, along with the ambient lighting which is visible on the door lining. This was all about the rear seating space. Do let us know what you found the highlight of the EQS as. So this was all about the Mercedes-Benz EQS AMG 53 4MATIC Plus. In case you like the video, do not forget to subscribe to our channel and also turn on the bell icon so that you don't miss any of our interesting updates. Thank you so much for watching this video.